Stop. Don't scroll past this. Be still for a moment and listen carefully, because this is not just another video, and this is not just another voice. This moment, right now, is not random. You didn't land here by accident. Something in you paused, something in you felt a pull you couldn't quite explain, and that's because this message is for you. Yes, you. The one sitting there in silence, maybe surrounded by noise, but still feeling completely alone. The one who has been carrying thoughts too heavy to speak out loud. The one who keeps wondering why certain feelings won't go away, no matter how much you try to distract yourself. You've been sensing something lately, haven't you? Something subtle, almost unnoticeable at first, like a presence you couldn't name. Maybe it came in the quiet of your room, when the world slowed down and your mind got louder. Maybe it came as a feeling that someone was watching, not in fear, but in awareness, like you weren't as alone as you thought. You tried to brush it off. You told yourself it was nothing, just your imagination, just your thoughts playing tricks on you. But deep down, you knew it felt different. You knew it didn't feel like fear, it felt like something trying to reach you. And now here you are, right on this message, at this exact second. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. Because I am closer than you think. Closer than your next breath. Closer than the thoughts running through your mind right now. You've been asking questions, even if you never said them out loud. Questions about your life, your purpose, why things have been happening the way they have. And you didn't get answers the way you expected, so you started to doubt. You started to wonder if anyone was even listening. But what if I told you you were never unheard? What if I told you that every silent cry, every restless night, every moment you felt unseen was noticed? There is something you've been feeling, something you've been trying to ignore, but it has followed you into this moment. And you're about to understand why. Don't rush away from this. Don't let your mind pull you out of it. Because what you're sensing right now, there's a reason for it. And you're not ready to look away. Not this time. You've been tired in a way that sleep hasn't been able to fix. Not just physically, but deep inside your mind, where the noise never seems to stop. You lie there at night, staring at the ceiling, replaying conversations, overanalyzing decisions, wondering if you said too much or not enough. And even when the room is quiet, your thoughts are loud, pulling you in different directions, making you question everything. You've tried to distract yourself, haven't you? Scrolling endlessly, switching between apps, filling the silence with anything just to avoid facing what's really there. But the moment you put the phone down, it all comes rushing back. The weight, the uncertainty, the feeling that something in your life isn't aligned the way it should be. You've smiled in front of others, acted like everything is fine, played your role so well that no one would suspect the battle happening inside you. But when you're alone, when there's no one to perform for, that's when the truth shows up. That's when the heaviness settles in your chest, and you can't quite explain why. You've been holding things in, things you didn't know how to express, things you thought no one would understand even if you tried. There have been moments when you almost broke down, but you stopped yourself, telling yourself to stay strong, to keep going, to not let anyone see you like that. And yet, that strength has started to feel like pressure. You want peace, but your mind keeps running. You want clarity, but everything feels foggy. You want to feel secure, but something keeps shaking your sense of stability. And here's the part you haven't said out loud. You started to wonder if you're losing yourself. Not completely, but little by little. In the quiet moments where doubt creeps in and whispers things you don't want to believe. You've questioned your path, your purpose, even your worth at times, even if you quickly push those thoughts away. There's a conflict inside you, a constant pull between who you are right now and who you feel you're meant to be. You sense that there's more for you, something greater, something deeper, but you don't know how to reach it. And the gap between where you are and where you believe you should be, it's been weighing on you. I've seen it all. The moments you thought no one noticed. The silent battles you fought without telling a single soul. The tears you held back. The words you swallowed. The exhaustion you carried like it was just part of who you were. You're not imagining this struggle. And you're not alone in it, no matter how convincing that feeling has been. And now, I need you to pay close attention, because this is where everything begins to shift. That feeling you've been carrying, that unexplainable weight, that quiet awareness that something is happening beneath the surface. It's not random. It never was. Something has already been set in motion in your life, something you didn't fully recognize at first, but it has been unfolding piece by piece, moment by moment. You thought it was confusion. You thought it was just another difficult season. But what if I told you it was actually a signal? What if the discomfort, the restlessness, the sudden awareness that things don't feel the same anymore was meant to wake you up? You've been sensing a shift, haven't you? In the way certain things no longer satisfy you the way they used to. In the way some conversations feel empty, even when you're surrounded by people. In the way your spirit feels unsettled, like it's trying to move forward, but something is holding it back. That's not coincidence. That's not something to ignore. That is a sign. And the reason you cannot shake it off is because you were never meant to stay where you are. But here's the truth you need to hear, even if it feels uncomfortable. If you keep ignoring this, if you keep brushing it aside, telling yourself it's nothing, you risk missing something that was meant specifically for you. Not everyone is being pulled like this. Not everyone feels this kind of internal shift. This moment, this exact point in your life, is critical. And if you walk away from it too quickly, if you distract yourself again, if you convince yourself that this is just another passing feeling, you delay what has already been trying to reach you. That's why you cannot leave this message halfway. That's why something in you is telling you to stay, to listen, to lean in just a little bit more. Because I have been speaking to you, but not in the way you expected. Not always through clear words, not always through obvious signs, but through the very things you've been trying to understand. Through the discomfort, through the questions, through the moments that made you pause and wonder, what is going on with me? You are standing in the middle of something right now, something deeper than you realize. And the longer you stay unaware, the longer you keep questioning without seeking the truth, the more confusing it will feel. But if you stay, if you listen, if you allow yourself to fully receive what is being revealed to you, everything will begin to make sense. So don't pull away now. Don't let your mind wander. Because what you're about to understand next is the very thing you've been searching for all along. Now listen closely, because this is the moment everything becomes clear. I am in your room right now, not in a way that brings fear, but in a way that brings truth. Not to overwhelm you, but to reach you in the exact place where you've been silently breaking. You kept asking where I was during your hardest moments, why it felt so quiet, why the answers didn't come the way you expected. But what you called silence was never absence. It was preparation. It was the space I was creating so you could finally hear me without distraction, without noise, without the weight of everything else pulling your attention away. Every delay you experienced, every closed door, every moment that didn't go the way you planned, It wasn't punishment. It was protection. You were being redirected, even when it felt like you were being denied. I saw a path you couldn't see. I knew outcomes you weren't ready to understand yet. And while you were questioning everything, wondering if you were falling behind, you were actually being positioned exactly where you needed to be. Nothing about your journey has been wasted. Not the pain, not the confusion, not even the moments you thought you were losing yourself. All of it has been shaping you, refining you, preparing you for a version of your life that requires a stronger, clearer, more grounded you. You thought you were breaking, but you were being rebuilt. You thought you were lost, but you were being guided. And now, you're starting to feel it, that shift, that awareness, that quiet sense that something is changing inside you. That's because you're no longer the same person you were before. The things that once held you no longer have the same power. The confusion that once consumed you is beginning to lift. And even if you don't have all the answers yet, you can feel that you're stepping into something different. This is where your perspective changes. You stop seeing your past as a series of setbacks, and you begin to see it as a series of setups. You stop questioning your worth, and you start recognizing your value. You stop waiting for clarity, and you begin walking with trust, even when you can't see the full picture. Because now you understand, you were never alone in any of it. I was there in every moment. In the nights you couldn't sleep. In the thoughts you couldn't silence. In the times you felt completely unseen. I never left. And I am still here. Closer than you realize. Moving in ways you're only just beginning to notice. Guiding you into a life that will make sense of everything you've been through. You are not who you used to be, and you are not going back. So now you understand why you were told to stop, why something inside you refused to scroll past this moment. This wasn't random. This wasn't just another message. This was me reaching you, right where you are, in the place you thought no one else could see. And if you feel this presence, if something inside you had been stirred, don't ignore it. Acknowledge it. Type, "I am not alone" in the comments, and let that be your declaration, not just to others, but to yourself. Because people like you, the ones who feel deeply, the ones who are being called into something greater, they don't walk away from moments like this. They respond. They step forward. They recognize when they are being spoken to. You felt something at the beginning of this, and now you know why. I am here. I have always been here. And I am not leaving you. And as this truth settles into your spirit, understand this: what you have received is not meant to stop with you. You are part of something bigger, something that reaches beyond this moment, beyond this screen, into the lives of others who are still searching, still waiting, still hoping to hear my voice the way you just did. When you choose to give, you are not just offering support. You are sowing light into someone else's darkness, planting seeds that will grow into faith, into healing, into transformation. I am telling you now, give, and it will be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is not just a verse, it is my living promise to you. If you feel called in your spirit right now, say it within yourself: I am ready to be used. And act on it. The PayPal donation link is in the description, and also placed before you in a QR code. This is your moment to respond. Not later, not when it feels convenient, but now. Do not miss this opportunity to move when I am stirring your heart. As you give, I will multiply. As you release, I will pour back into you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Step into this. Obey this prompting. and become a vessel through which my voice continues to reach those who need it most.